see how far we get tonight.
Ta-da.
Ba, 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 ba.
We beat up a hunter. And
Did
we
beat up.
did some slight
You-
things to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
some nice things.
Essentially,
Well,
the
depends
big
on
bad
your point of
evil
view.
guy from this chapter was caught and maimed. What I had thought was going to be a 1 to 2 session battle turned into about a quarter of a session battle.
Efficient.
We did it, boys. We did it.
I would suggest that you broke him.
And then we captured his little friend and made some goblin foie gras.
That's right. You guys are plowing him with flour and grain.
Plowing.
Nice
Flying.
fatty,
You
fatty
mean
liver.
plying him?
Yeah, we're not plowing him with
Oh,
Not
grain.
plowing him.
I don't know what Bob is doing. Iris is like
It's
being
glorious.
like, you guys are absolute savages. And is at the back of the thing.
do I need to make another picture of like the goblin on a couch and then Iris Zom all behind him?
All right. Well, so you guys have got your trophies, your prize, and your they're basically fully restrained, no recourse of escape. They are done. And you
Excellent.
guys are trekking them back through the jungle.
And we got information. That was the most important thing. We got some information.
Get some information.
And the hunter got some inflammation.
Significant inflammation. And as you guys are walking back, I'm not going to take you through all the maps, but you know, occasionally you get that feeling that you're being watched, and you look and you see lizard folk in the sort of the distance, and you make eye contact and it disappears quickly. And suspect that word might be getting back to the camp, that or to the sanctuary, that you may have been successful in your mission. As you probably approach the sanctuary, relatively close to to dusk, and you see some bonfire, some plumes of smoke. You hear some music. Fortunately, I couldn't find fucking suitable music.
Bible beats.
What's that?
Very geometrically satisfying fire.
It's a fire pit.
Oh,
So you guys, you're approaching the sanctuary now, and the chief sort of appears, walks out. Where's his chariot? Drag this out here, and up here, Bob, you in there, and you guys step out, and the chief is standing there. Caught him.
Easy
You caught
peasy.
him. Ah. Easy peasy. I think not. Have to tell me the details later. For now,
we can tell it to you now if you like.
feast. And a couple of guards rush forward and grab your very restrained hunter, your very restrained zombie, and drag them off, and you get sort of one last glimpse at one last glimpse of Kath's eyes and the fear. He's having some serious doubts about his life choices at the moment, shall we say.
I wanted
Won't
to-
be having them for too much longer.
Before we got back there, I just wanted to have a quick talk with the gang and just come up with a plan because I wasn't sure. Guys, so I just want to retroactively just.
Yeah. Back up.
All right, guys, when we get there, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Are we expecting this king who wants to eat people, including potentially us? Are we trying to help him? Are we on his side? Or is this an alliance of convenience? Should we be trying to end their rule throughout the jungle? I'm not sure. But Thurwag seems to be, at least for now, trying to gain their trust and loyalty.
This will
Zom.
Thurwag didn't say anything about them invading the jungle or anything like that, so I would assume that this is their home. And it was the Kath and his crew who were the invaders, and so we've gotten rid of them.
If anything, Thurwag's invading the jungle as well. He wants to raid all the temples. That's why he's brown-nosed Thurwag.
Were you suggesting maybe that the lizard folk are not native to this area? Is that what you might have been getting at?
I have no idea who's native to this area and who's not. This is a new place for me, and as much as I don't like it, there's got to be useful information here. Knowledge for us to.
Well, we could ask Deketh, and what do you have to say?
Graham, can you can mentally talk with people. Any chance you can talk with Old No Tongue and see if you can get any answers out of him telepathically? Oh, yeah, of course I can. I'll give it a go. And I guess Graham will try and see if he can get any further information out of Kev.
Yep.
He's willing. What information do we need? I have no idea. What do you know about this chief that we're giving you up to?
I love how this is after we've captured him and cut his son out.
We offered him a chance to talk
he turns to Graham and just stares.
Yeah. Okay, alright. Oh, okay.
You?
Sorry?
Want to keep questioning him? Or do anything to provoke another question?
Do I get an answer?
You get... He turns to Graham because he's sort of worked out that this
yeah,
weird
but none of us are Graham unless one of us is Graham.
One of you can just be Graham.
Yeah. Okay.
He stares at you, Graham, and sort of looks threateningly, menacingly, like I'm not going to talk to you, you piece of shit.
Okay. All right. Well. I mean, this. Is respectful to mind you guys if you're in their homes, and they must be respected.
That's just Thurwag's. He's spoken to you, from you guys have spoken to him a lot about the Southern Wilds and how he's sort of spoken to you about it.
Well,
Iris, I think you're wise to be wary of these lizard folk. We know nothing about them, and they haven't exactly shown themselves.
That's not true.
Friendly.
We know that they eat people.
Okay.
They're very keen on eating humanoids.
And their skin is well.
Super
No, I
shiny.
still don't know that. Yeah.
You do have a lizard folk amongst your number at the moment who you could actually communicate with.
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course. The guy who's on.
Yeah.
That's not his best mate.
Oh god. Have to come up with
What's your best mate's name there, Dom?
Look.
Dirk.
Burke. I knew that. Oh, I'm not talking to him now. Oh, Jesus, right. He's Burke.
He's What do you want? No, what is it?
Oh, I'm really in a talking mood at the moment, actually, as I'm pulling the cart. We just we want to get a bit of more of an idea about what we're walking into here. We're outsiders from this part of the land, and so we're hoping, we're on good terms. We're very good friends. We've known each other for days now.
Sure.
Are we in danger here?
Sure. You're always in danger here.
I can assure you, I am not good eating.
I think you guys have probably saved yourselves from being eaten by capturing these guys, but yourself another day. But I think this would probably, the chief would probably be pretty happy with this, and wouldn't be surprised if we're walking into a feast or something positive. Yeah,
maybe. I'm not sure I would want to be feasting on this gentleman. Who knows what he's been? I don't know where he's been.
This guy here, he pretty well killed most of clans. So
Yes. He's clearly not a particularly welcoming fellow.
You guys kind of caught him, so I think you should be good. I hope my family is going to be able to stay sanctuary now. Yeah, and you guys should be cool now. You should be right. No,
that is very reassuring. I do. Thank you for that. Yes. And can I insight chicken?
Advantage because you two are such good chums these days.
Could I be able to guide myself on that? I suppose I would.
You can if you want, if you're like to, yeah.
Depends if the DM doesn't work in sets of 5 for DC ratings.
Hang on, how do I guidance again? Oh, that's just a D4, isn't it? That's right. 16.
You're looking into his eyes as he talks, and he's genuinely excited and happy. He set out to save his family, and he feels that looking in his eyes, you see a man who is relieved and happy.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose he himself could be deceived, but yeah, yeah, okay.
I think I can hear some music. I think
Ooh.
Getting close now. But, if the chief asks you to do something, you probably want to be respectful and do it.
Well, that has its limits, of course, but
sure,
I understand.
Sure. It's the chief, though. You don't want to get on his wrong side, otherwise you're likely to end up as dessert.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just give the chief what he wants, and that's us doing him a favor, right, Dirk?
Yeah, I think this is a pretty big favor you guys have done here. I think this is the stories that kids get told in the future. Heroes.
Would the chief be offended if we were to say our thanks and move on without partaking in the big feast?
There would probably be some expectation that you stay at least one night as an honoured guest, I would imagine, but it's got a whole clan to rebuild, and You know.
Eat, but I don't want to eat him. I can't dance to save myself.
Probably going to be other food there as well.
I can trumpet like.
Will there be booze?
Till the cows come home, though.
Yeah. I mean, probably will be something there. It's usually beasts usually have something to drink for the grown-ups.
Guys, we're staying.
Yeah, I'm not eating him, and I just look at the cat, and then I look at the goblin, and I'm like, maybe him. Not sure yet.
Goblin
Sure.
just shits himself.
I just poke his belly. And I'm like, I don't think he's quite got enough on him yet.
It's just,
I
think
think
the horse feeding him
shoving
grain.
more
So
grain
yes,
down.
he just
so
a torrential storm of diarrhea comes out of his anus.
I am
It's like all husk, and like because you're feeding him like super high fiber, like it's just not even touching the sides.
wow.
There's a lot of it.
Wow. Okay.
Nobody pull his finger.
All right. Well, I think let's get this feast over with, and then we'll be on our way. I'm sure Thurwag's happy to repair relations.
You guys still haven't seen Thurwag since he left the prison little water cell thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll see him.
We will. Yes, we'll see.
So we'll head inside. Thank you, DM, for allowing us this retroactive glimpse.
Sorry, I probably was a bit fault. That's probably my bad by pulling you guys up here this quickly.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah.
So you guys,
Unbelievable.
Have we
guys
passed any rivers on the way here in the however many days we've been traveling?
yeah, you've passed a couple of rivers and streams and stuff.
Could I have caught some fish? Is that something that
Yeah, you can roll a survival check. Roll a nature check.
So, I guess the thing because we
Nature check with disadvantage, and then a survival check.
Nature check with disadvantage and
You're from the city. You're from the city. You're not too.
Man.
Okay.
And then a what? And then a
survival check.
so
Catch.
we
You
would
catch.
be aware.
Surprisingly, because you found like the worst fishing spot you could have found. Catch one fish.
Okay.
It's about long.
Okay. I'm just gonna put it in some I don't have any brine, do I?
Good.
A jar of brine.
Oh. I mean, you got an empty jar. You could put it in, keep it in the water.
Oh, hold on a second. I just want to see what's in my vessel. What can I make with the vessel? Olive oil?
Sure.
Mead? Sure, on the day we're traveling, because I don't anticipate any problems, because we caught the guy that was hunting us while we were hunting, I'm going to use it to... I'm going to put...
Mayonnaise.
Mead. Olive oil. Which one do you think would pickle it better?
Mayonnaise.
Probably mead.
I'd imagine the mead.
Yeah.
Mead. All right, I'll go the mead. All right, that's it.
So yeah, we would know that this feast was happening for a few days, like because it was mentioned, wasn't it?
Well, you had it. You weren't sure if it was a serious feast or like it was along the lines of you guys when you guys get back.
Well, because
Get back here with the hunter.
Yeah.
Or our feast, or I will find you and make you the feast. That was the threat that you got.
Okay, so I mean, we could read between the lines and deduce that the hunter is probably the feast.
Yes. You
because
would have
we don't want to eat the hunter because it's a person.
It's an elf, but yep.
Oh, we've never tasted elf. Can we have caught some animals just like ants?
You can attempt to do some tracking if you wish.
Yes.
It'll be the same thing. It'll be a nature check.
With disadvantage?
No, because you've travelled. Iris is a sort of a city folk.
Okay.
So that's why looking for a good fishing spot in a jungle was with disadvantage.
Yep.
For you, it would be you can do a nature check 11. Okay.
Oh,
And now
and
you
what
can do a survival check. Wow. You've caught what can only be described as an impeccably, like a beautiful example of a deer. Like it's adult. It's got a beautiful bust. The horns are spectacular.
Right.
A
Sweet.
buck. A buck. Be a buck. You've done well, Zom.
Nice.
And it was surprising to
chuck him on the
find it where you found it, but yeah.
Cool.
Congratulations on your successful hunting trip.
Oh, that was a bit of a lucky find, wasn't it? Here we go. We'll bung it on the cart. Maybe
I'm just looking at my like little fish. I'm looking at my little fish at me.
Put it in there, Iris. Put it in there, Iris. Everything counts. That'll add some flavour.
Don't you worry about it.
Put it
Buddy.
in the butt.
And she gives you a wink. And she just shakes the jar and puts it back in her pack.
Oh,
All right then.
I've got a jar, and Bob pulls out the
Continue pulling
jar
the
of.
cart while hunting deer.
I can contribute. I've got a jar, and Bob pulls out the jar of rotten something.
Rotten something.
That was from the inventor's hut, the kobold inventor's hut.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Jeez, you're hanging on to that. All right.
All
Jar
right, so
of
you
rotten
guys,
something.
have you guys happy to approach the sanctuary now?
Yeah.
So.
I am.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Cool. So yeah, you get there and you can hear music. Not this music. It's a bit more primal, but there was no tabletop audio with sort of happy primal music. It's all like I want to fight or let's have a medieval fair music. So it's this kind of like upbeat but more primal sort of music.
I can tell you exactly what I'm imagining. The Star Wars Return of the Jedi when they go to Ewok camp.
Picture that, but with lizards, and you're pretty close to the mark.
Sweet.
Yep. And so you guys approach, and from here you can see it's getting darker now. It's sort of pretty close to sunset, and the light. There's clearly a pretty large fire there from the smoke and the light that sort of lit up the nearby jungle. You'd estimate it's a pretty big bonfire, and yeah, the chief greets you. Here, you've caught him. Very good. We shall eat well tonight. And these two guards come and grab him and the goblin, and as he is led away, he turns to you guys, and you just, like I said, you see his eyes just drop. It's his grim realizations of his life choices, bed that he has made. Now he has to lay in it, kind of deal. Yeah. And I don't know. Do you feel remorse for what you've done, or glad for what you've done, or different for what you've done?
Indifferent.
Well, we saw all the skinned lizard folk and lizard folk children and everything in
I
the
think
cave. So
I think it's fair to say that we feel like we've done some good. We've stopped someone who seems potentially quite evil.
A heroic act, I would say.
A heroic act, exactly.
Follow me now. Eat, or we drink, and we dance tonight.
Do you mind? Do you mind if I don't dance? I'm not much of a dancer. I'm happy to feast, but I just don't really want to dance. Happy just to sit and talk to some of your friends here. But
our lizard folk dances to be quite different to the dances you've had before.
I just can't move to the beat. I can't move my feet properly.
come on, Zom. Once we have a couple drinks, you'll be able to cut a run.
Pendulum effect going.
Wait and see. You will soon find out. And so he to this main courtyard area.
Booze. 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 Booze.
And so yeah, you get to this point, and there's a giant vat, well, not vat, like a giant coal pit here, and there's a pretty big fire in the middle here. The fire pit, the coals have already got several sort of undetermined beasts of some description rotating on it. Not humanoid. Looks like maybe like a big ear similar to the one that you caught, Zom. There's some birds and some fish just slowly being like tisseried on there.
It's not like there's one of them is an arm, one of them is a leg.
No.
Did we look around and see Thurwag?
Yes, you do.
As in alive?
Where's the cat?
Sorry, Deketh, you haven't. He sort of disappeared to the side for a bit. Thurwag is sitting here, a chair, a little stool, and he's got a lizard folk person sitting next to him. You notice Thurwag now has a bit of sort of face paint on, like not. He's not like a clown, but he's got like a line down his face, like a black line and some black down the side here, and it matches the person who's sitting next to him. He's relatively deep in conversation at that point, and Dekath is put before the chief. The chief looks at him. He basically just hisses at him and slits his throat. Sort of holds his head up and lets the blood sort of just flow over his face, and that's met with a generally rousing cheer from the crowd. Yes.
Who was that? That was the.
It was the chief sacrificing Dekath,
right.
Hunter.
Oh, jeez.
He didn't mess about. Everyone sort of saw what was coming, and they sort of started cheering, and he just went, and the blood just poured over him.
And Chief, your valiant warrior, Funk. What was his name? Is that his name? Funk. He also fought valiantly, and he captured this goblin, and we have been preparing him for you, a special delicacy.
Oh, yes.
Just roll a wisdom check.
Wisdom? Ah. Yeah!
Okay, cool. And you turn to the chief, who is clearly in the middle of some sort of blood ritual, and announce that the guy was really useful in the hunt. And you realise that now might not be the opportune time to do that, as he's hissing blood at your face. And yeah, so as the gore is pouring, basically butchering him whilst he's still alive, and putting him in various sort of cooking frames on the coals that are there. And then that sort of process takes about 5 minutes, and the chief's sitting there sort of, he's bloodied, shall we say. He turns to you, Bob. What were you saying?
I was just saying the valiant warrior who was imperatively useful in the battle. He told us this goblin, so we've been feeding him for you. His liver is quite fatty, and I'm told it's quite a delicacy.
Very good. And the chief just looks at the goblin, puts his sort of claw, like sort of slashes the goblin's stomach, reaches in, pulls the liver out, and just starts.
Whoa. Jesus, bloody hell. I think we were dancing. I didn't realise we were... Oh.
After the feast.
Zom's just going to take a step back and to the side. Find somewhere to go vomit.
Doesn't have a strong enough stomach for the feast tonight.
I'm not used to this sort of thing. Geez, I like my exploring, but This is more brutal than what I'm accustomed to. I can assure you have find a good plant. Let me have a good plant. You got a carrot? I'll have a carrot. What's that over there? Oh no, that's a leaf.
At the sound of carrots, Ramrod's ears perk up as well.
Who's got a carrot? You got a
The
carrot?
chief sort of sits up, and he sort of and these sort of smaller lizard folk come and they've got baskets of what can be best described as salad. What part of the feast? They place a couple of baskets of jungle fruit and some leafy kind of stuff. I mean, these lizard folk are clearly omnivores. They eat literally anything they can. And there's sort of some fruit and stuff there.
This is very good. You should dig in some. Thank you, Ramrod. I think I might have a go. But just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Thurwag's noticed you at this point, and he sort of acknowledges you. Doesn't really come over to. He's pretty deep in conversation at this point. He doesn't really. He just sort of gives you a nod and a wave, and he raises his cup to you and has a drink.
Does he seem okay?
He's happy.
Yep.
He's
he
jolly.
Seem like he's under duress, is what I mean.
Does not seem like he's under duress. He seems as if he's met a someone who shares a similar interest with him. Someone who he's diligent. He's not diligently taking notes, but you have noticed him take a few notes in his notepads whilst he's been talking to this person.
So he's okay, and he's happy with the current undergoings.
He's happy. He's enjoying. You notice, like, he's smiling. He's enjoying the festivities, shall we say? And you look over now, and the hunter sort of is there, rotisserie. You look and you see the skin is sort of crackling and bubbling. It's turning into like a nice sort of. It's basically getting crackling on him. Tongue is sort of on a spike. There's one particular lizard folk is just sort of slowly just rotating it. That's at it occasionally.
Iris is starting to think this feels pretty good.
You notice there's a few other goblins who are being cooked as well. And you notice the Bob. You seem to notice at first that there's a large vat here that everyone seems to be filling their cups from.
Yeah, Bob's having a liquid dinner.
You get a cup. There's sort of an area where there's just some random cup, like drinking vessels there, or you have your own drinking vessels you could use as well if you wished. To you, but up and you grab a cup, have a drink of it. I'm presuming. Sip it first, or you just glug back quick, or what are you gonna do? How are you gonna do it?
Probably at least half the cup, depending on the size.
Yep. That's
Iris just grabs a glass and slams it down because she's like,
pretty
the only way I'm going to enjoy this party is if I'm actually
It's pretty thick. It's pretty bitter. It's clearly it probably has a similar consistency of alcohol, a similar potency as wine drink.
Zom will have one as well. Zom will observe and see how the others are drinking it and see if I can mimic it.
Anyone who drinks one, roll a d8, and you get that many temporary hit points.
Oh.
What happens if you drink more than one?
Would you like to find out what happens if you drink more than one?
Why do we need temporary hit points at this camp where all our enemies are dead?
I found a rule set for drinking, okay? A variant rule that sounded fun, so...
Yeah.
Can we all just roll?
So is like one cup the equivalent of a bottle of wine or of a cup of wine?
A cup of wine, it's a similar concentration of alcohol as to wine. So anyone who drinks gets a d8. And as you guys are drinking and sort of making some small talk,
You like Mammoth?
Notice that a couple of the
Oh my
more
God.
rowdy, younger lizard folk are starting to, get their weapons ready, their armor on, what they have of armor. You look at the chief. Dancing is about to start. Very good.
Why do they have armor on for dancing? That seems like it's not necessary. That seems like it make it harder.
No, Iris, okay, so this would be a ceremonial thing. You know, you get ceremonial armor for the
Guys.
king or something
Yeah.
like that. This is a similar thing, but it's just for the common folk who like to do dancing at ceremonial times.
Like a
get what you mean,
ceremonial dagger.
Quite sure.
Thurwag comes up to you at this point. Gentlemen, congratulations on the kill. No easy feat, no doubt. You're back in the good books, though. Very good, very good. I've got some good intel. I believe they're going to start what they call the dance soon. Tradition holds.
There way.
What kind of dancing? Is it like the Helmshold Hustle?
Involved? Yeah,
In their well, I mean, the traditional ceremonies they have here, coming from such a simplistic, relatively sort of primitive society, that whenever there is a moment to celebrate, they do the dance, and basically what that means is they're going to have a combat, a military dancing. It's not to the death.
Thurwag, my friend, is there anything we need to be concerned about here? Insight check his answer.
No, everything seems above board. It's a standard festival, a feast, or
You've
celebration.
Seen it before?
Not here, but in other parts of the Isle. Yes, I have seen relatively similar primitive celebrations.
Guide. Will I guide? I'll guide. I'll have to guide. Because the intention is to ask with the intent of finding out. Oh, there you go.
So
17.
your understanding of what he is saying is, yes, like, he would have seen a lot of primitive cultures in his travels. He's told you some stories before about when he's been at feasts and stuff, and so he would be relatively experienced in this. And you detect from the way he's sitting, the little bit of the smell of the bitter fruit on his breath. He's had a couple of drinks. He's happy. He's jolly. He's not concerned in any way. Bob, you now have an advantage on charisma skill checks.
Oh. I was gonna say once at some point once the band's kicking up and Bob's had enough drinks.
I'm gonna have another glass.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Zom's gonna have another one as well.
All right, you all
I don't know
have
if I can have another one. But
all have advantage
Take it.
on
Be
charisma
quiet, DM,
skill.
I'm talking.
Thanks.
We all have. Sorry, what?
Advantage on charisma skill checks.
Charisma skill checks.
You're getting tipsy now. You're feeling it. You're warm. And good.
I say once Bob's half cut and if the music's going off, he's gonna whip out his panpipe and go and try and join in on the band and jam along with them.
Have you got a panpipe you could do it?
Allegedly. Hang on. A pan flute.
And flute? It will be with advantage because I'll say it's part of your charisma that you're exuding at the moment. 12. I mean, they don't look to kill you immediately. It's difficult to integrate a pan flute in with the style of music that they're playing, but you're giving it a go. You're trying.
In Bob's mind, it is working. They are in awe. Those are looks of admiration and come
Not
bedroom
wanting to
eyes.
slit your throat and drink your blood. Yeah, sure. And now you see the chief. He picks like a big scoop of the cup in there, and it's the first time you've seen him drink. He just and he does another one, and he makes his way up the top here.
Does he get hit points?
He
Yes.
doesn't have hit points.
Oh,
Only
that's
one way
actually-
to find out.
That's quite reassuring.
And so you're looking now, and around the campfire, and the hunter is now being pulled apart, and bits of him are being eaten. As the chief walks past, pulls off a hunk of it and gives it to you. Tom, eat, kill, must eat him.
Did you say Zom? Yeah. I.
He holds it up to your face. He's holding it like this.
Which bit is it?
Eat. It's just a hunk of flesh. It's your kill.
Ooh, I'm used to eating people, and I'll take a little bit and just go.
Like as it gets close to your face and your mouth opens, he like crams it into your face. Eat. In the flesh of your victim. Something special about it, isn't there?
Well, it's actually quite. It's quite
When you-
good. It's very well
you-
cooked.
Bit he's grabbed has got like a nice bit of crackling on it. The
Jeez.
fat's rendered quite nicely over the coals.
It is unsettlingly good.
Slaps you on the back.
I was.
More.
I have to be honest.
Plenty of
I was looking forward to a bit of the deer that I caught before. Is that anywhere around?
And you look and you can
Very
see
good.
that yes, it is indeed on the rotisserie there. And
And I'll look over at Iris as I'm eating it and just go,
I'm gonna go over and just snap a piece off.
the hunter.
Yeah, I'm gonna snap a piece off. I'm gonna pop it in my mouth, and I'm gonna enjoy that crackle.
The rich crackle. It's like a good crackle.
Yeah,
Done.
you guys have
Clearly-
got to snap, crackle, pop this elf.
Clearly not the first time they've made crackling of a humanoid being. It's a skill that they know well. And,
I don't like it. I don't like it. Is something else?
Well, yeah, there's like
he's got a
the bottom.
herbaceous flavour about him. I guess he probably comes from a lifetime living in the woods, eating plants and leaves and so forth. His flesh is really. Oh my god, what am I talking about?
down near the edge. There's a very small, sad-looking fish that's on a stick. That you recognise.
On a twig.
Oh,
Sorry, this is fish.
It's a very sad-looking fish that you recognise as one you caught earlier. That's
No, that's in a jar. That's pickling
Okay.
in a jar.
it's pickling in the jar. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I've got plans for this.
Okay, well then, yes, it is all. There's a fish there. There's some fish there. There's some birds, big kind of looking birds.
Ah,
tell me
yeah,
now,
I'll
'cause they've
definitely
been
take some
plucked.
fish.
Yeah, there's some fish there.
I think as we're drinking, we're probably growing a bit more comfortable.
Just gonna have another drink.
Perhaps to our own folly, but yeah. Well, I was going to say that we'll go around and we'll taste a little bit of everything that's.
I mean,
been
it's
offered.
kind of like a
And-
bit of a mixed grill now. There's bits
And-
of food,
Yes,
ladders
we will
and
have
stuff.
another drink.
Another drink. So you've all got advantage on charisma ability now. Oh, sorry, I just read that one. Advantage on saving throws made against fear. As an
Advantage
noun.
on saving throws made
Made
against
against fear.
resisting fear. Okay.
Be. I'm assuming that like you can't be intimidated or.
Yeah. Well, you can't. You get advantage on saves for fear. Yeah. And the frightened condition.
Yeah, frightened. That's the word I'm thinking of. Yeah. So you guys get up the top.
Yeah.
You guys can see now, and you can see that two of these lizard folk are dancing there, as you have now been aware that is now what it's called here. And so basically, they're fighting each other, and there's a few more people around cheering and clapping and getting their turn.
Playing the flute?
Pan flute.
Playing the skin flute?
What the fuck? No, there's none of that happening here.
No, the hunter's dead, so there's no skinning.
Yeah.
Of course.
You guys want to? Are you going to the more conventional stance of sort of the dance? Yes.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just like, just kind of like, you know how people like kind of slowly like try and dance and do like an existing dance.
Sidling in, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Is Iris dancing around her component pouch on the ground, holding the cup of wine?
Yeah. I mean, so you're
No, she's asked Bob to hold it for her.
God damn it.
you don't have your component pouch on you.
At this very moment, no, I don't. I've given it to
Up-
Bob to hold on
Are you
to.
up with the people fighting, or are you down the bottom?
I'm up with the people who are fighting. I'm literally tanked because she hasn't eaten very much in the last few days. She's like, oh yeah, this tastes all right, and then by the second one, she's absolutely blissed. She only weighs like
45,
barely.
50 kilos.
Yeah, she's only like 48 kilos.
That's right. Didn't the two people on the cart weigh less than the cart?
Yeah,
Establish that. Yeah.
yeah. She's completely forgotten where she is. She's given her pouch to Bob, and she's just kind of given in and like just dancing, trying to pretend like it's still
One of the guys
back on the mainland.
next to you, is about to start fighting, slaps you on the back, quite hard.
Not really mustache. And she just kind of like is 5 feet over and is just still like,
Where's your weapon?
right.
Where's your...
She's just doing jazz hands.
Is mine. And he pulls out a dagger. Very sharp looking dagger. And he gets a drink. Oh, and he's got a little bit of a sway to him. Dance with me.
Dance, sure. I'm dancing. Check it out.
That dancing. He guy pops himself over. Like there, and you watch the two people there, like, are now basically just wrestling on the ground.
Ooh.
Oh, it's like a sex thing. All right, no, we're not down to that kind of thing yet. See
And
you
he-
later.
he-
I gotta go find. Where's Bob? And
One
she
of
just
the-
walks away.
I thought I was gonna be able to gut you tonight.
She
That's
stops dead in her tracks, if she can hear that.
Yeah.
And she's gonna turn around and be like, "All right, let's see what you got." I assume that everyone's doing their own thing in
Yeah,
here.
the chief at that point sees this little interaction. Clear the field. Clear. And these guys step over. This guy steps in here.
This is going to be the main event, you could call it. A main event.
Against who?
You.
Against me.
Without your component pouch, because Bob has it.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just see what actually I need from my component pouch, because I don't think there's much I need from my component pouch to do stuff. Come on. I've got something. Hold on. He's standing there in the water, or on the edge of the water. Wait, where am I? Which one am I fighting?
Hang on, hold up. just get.
No, I just want to know which one I am fighting, because there
One
seem to
here.
be two identical ones there. Okay. I'm trying to see. I've got some.
Have we've are we aware of this happening? Us down here.
Roll a perception. Not Zom. Too busy eating.
I'll roll one for Ramrod as well.
I'm the new Agayon.
Ramrod looks and goes, "Ah, what's Iris doing up there?"
What? No. He doesn't quite say that. He doesn't use his squeaky little silly voice for it either.
Hey, I wonder, is Iris okay up there? I'm gonna go. Let's go make sure that they don't pull anything shifty.
And Ramrod is going to head up here.
Give yourself your temporary hit points, Iris.
You're
Yeah,
gonna need
I
'em.
did. All right. Yep. All right. Iris is fine. What does it look like he's holding? Holding a weapon?
Got a dagger.
A dagger. All right. What are we doing? Are we fighting? Do you need me to roll initiative, or what's happening here?
Sorry, I'm just yes, it's going to be initiative time.
Oh,
Okay.
but there's only
Hang
two
on.
people.
There's only 2 people.
Sorry, guys. I didn't really. I wasn't trying to take over the entire.
Isn't this just like an
Please, yeah.
Irish boxing match where you just stand there and punch each other in the face until one falls down?
Pretty much. Pretty much. And Iris, what are you going to do?
All right. She is going to. She's going to be like. Eldritch Blast! And she's gonna cast Eldritch Blast there first.
Do you need components for it?
I do not need components for it. 13.
10 misses.
13 misses.
Oh.
As a bonus action, I'm going to try and telekinetically push him 5 feet. And what? That's bonus action. 30 feet. 5 feet away or towards. Yeah, I'm going to push him 5 feet away from me. So, strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Okay.
Fails.
Yeah.
So he
Sweet.
gets pushed 5 feet, and I want to push him. That way. Power with skull.
He's going to go. And he's going to. And he's going to throw his dagger towards you.
17 hits.
Hey. Hey, ah.
Ah,
There's another
that kind of hurt.
swig from his ale, from his jungle tea drink thing.
Okay.
Get rid of our
She's going to be like, she sees the blood kind of dripping down her arm. She's. Oh, are we out of initiative?
I'm just getting rid of it because I'm not going to flick through them all.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. She's gonna she's gonna use her form of dread, and she's gonna change her form. And now she's got that twisting visage, and she looks far paler than she did before, far lighter and more lithe and more skeletal.
No.
And then she's gonna be like, I do believe I get D10, no, extra temp HP. And then, so that's a bonus action.
Hmm.
The bonus action. And then for an action, she's going to cast Eldritch Blast again.
That hits.
What's the force damage? Pushing him 10 feet back.
Which way are you going to push him? And it, just how this is happening is as you take the form of dread, he looks at you. He looks down at his drink, looks at you, looks back at his drink, and he's now got his back turned to you. Is starting to run towards the water.
Yeah. That's fine.
And you're going to push him, 10 feet back onto the rock or into the water.
Into the water, so that point there.
There.
I don't think you can choose to push him
Okay, so
adjacent.
straight line. Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And you could have moved.
Yeah, and then I'll yell out, "Come on, bitch! Don't run away!"
And he is going to... The end of your turn.
That's the end of my turn.
He dives and disappears into the water, screaming.
And I just look for I wait a few seconds, and then I turn around and I start walking back towards the wine.
The lizard folk up here, like, yeah. Dagger. There's a dagger.
She's gonna go
adjacent
back
to your
for another
foot.
glass of water.
Pick the dagger up. You're welcome to. It's just a plain dagger.
All right, she picks up the dagger and just pockets it. Now she's got 2 daggers. One for each of yous. Oh, I already had 2 daggers. Oh, 3 daggers.
I don't know what that was, but dance well, little girl.
Thank you. Yeah.
As I said, half the chief.
Yeah.
You guys are all onto your 4th drink now.
I think I'm
At
3.
least.
Yeah, Zom's actually probably definitely under his 4th. Yeah.
That you
Zom's
now
starting
have,
to.
Zom
Zom's
now
starting to relax as well.
There's a disadvantage on wisdom and dexterity saving throws.
Sounds like we're
For
getting
3 or
to
4?
the good part of the night.
I was wondering when the disadvantages were going to start.
Yeah.
Drink number 5, the disadvantages start.
Yeah, what?
Oh.
Drink 5.
What? I just said I'm on 3. Oh, okay.
Right.
At drink 6, you have disadvantage on keeping your eyelids open.
That was drink 7. Hey, what do you guys want to do now? There's a festival that's going on. Everyone's pretty jovial. Anything else you guys want to do, or you want to? I mean,
We're still keeping our wits. We're still keeping our wits about us. Can we, in our state, everyone just what?
I think Ramrod might be keeping his wits about him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh no! When I say that, we're all aware that we're in a potentially hostile environment.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though there's festivities and stuff going on, of course, we might not see everything that happens. Hence, why you're not going to perceive everything that happens. But
Bob has
I don't
been
think that we're
cut off from booze since we landed on the island, so he is making up
So
for lost time.
Bob's going freely.
Yeah.
And
No, I
yeah,
sort of think that we shouldn't be too.
Liberal with your.
Yeah. So we shouldn't fall asleep without someone being aware around us, because otherwise we'll just all get stabbed in our sleep, and that's it.
You want to communicate this to everybody's or
Oh
you
yeah,
wanna-
of course. This is I feel like this is sort of something that
Got
we've
a very clearly inebriated Bob sort of hunched over the vat of jungle wine at the moment.
hunched under it, as in
Hunched over it. He's sort of like filling his cup up, sort of half
I
sort of
see.
slouched upon it.
Yeah. Bob,
ah,
go slightly easy on that.
fine, you don't know what you're talking about.
You're
Just
probably right. But
hey,
even so.
you young lizard guy, you look good. Here, take this here stick, stand there. There, I'm gonna throw this, and you try and hit it. All right?
Lizard folk. He's just as drunk as you are. He connects with it.
Fuck me, good hit. Well done, here, have a drink.
Bob now has disadvantage on intelligence and wisdom skill checks.
Bob already had disadvantage. A top night.
Alright. Anything else you guys want to do? Just want to sit back and enjoy the rest of the festivities, or?
Yeah, what's the scenario? Are we expected to all dance, so to speak? No? Okay. Then
You don't need to?
Zom would choose not to. I think we just sort of see the night out as
Thurwag approaches you at one point and sort of says, "Gentlemen, I might hit the old knapsack soon. It's been a busy day full of excitement and merriment. You guys missed out on a lot of excitement when word got to the village, the sanctuary, that you had managed to capture the hunter. Very, very exciting moment. I was glad to have captured it, actually."
You can show me your phone.
He
You didn't get a video of it?
He produces a sketch in his notebook of the chief, sort of the face of the chief. Vicious face of the chief. But I think we'd probably be best suited to leave this area tomorrow and perhaps make our exit from the southern wilds. So we visited a couple more places on the way out. I think tomorrow morning we best get some rest soon, gentlemen.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely down for that. Iris, what about you?
Iris is asleep. She's passed out.
Oh.
She started listening to Thurwag talk for probably 2 minutes, and that was about it for her.
Okay, well, I'm going to pick up Iris and chuck her over my shoulder. So, Graham, should we follow? Let's call it an evening, shall we? I think so. I think it's probably about time. Should we get Bob, and I think we all go together. I don't think we should be splitting apart right now. Let's go.
I gotta say, Chiefy boy, you put on one hell of a party. I almost wouldn't have believed it from looking at your videos, but this shit kicks. You're the best. I'm glad we could help you out.
Look,
Glad
Chief,
you enjoyed yourself.
We really must get some sleep. We need to be on our way quite early in the morning. I'm not quite sure how early Bob is going to be waking up in the morning, but yes, we very much appreciate all of your hospitalities. So,
A little hairy friend has all the info you need.
hairy friend.
It's Thurwag.
Uh-oh.
You,
I was looking at
That was me. Little Ramrod, yeah.
it's a shame you cannot stay longer.
No, we
And he takes a bite of like a bit of flesh that he has in his hand.
delightful. Right, well, thank you again, Chief. And off we go. Iris slung over Zom's shoulder.
And
Bob, like,
you hear the
dragged by his ankle.
as you guys walk off, you hear a pretty rousing cheer from the rest of the lizard folk who are still there. No. They're all sort of looking at you.
Oh, at us. Oh, we stop and we go. Thank you, good lizard folk. Thank you again. Quick, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here before they attack.
And Thurwag sort of leads you over to this quieter area. It's over here. Pretty well. It's sort of a bit removed. Yeah. And you guys all sort of relatively drunk sort of folk passed out throughout the village now.
So what I was going to say, DM, because I had an idea for Graham, but I don't know if Mike would be down with this, is that he was fake drinking and then pretending to be inebriated, and then once he left the party, he was going to sneak around and have a little poke around for some things.
On brand.
Is that on brand? Okay.
It's on brand. And I'm not going to... He's going to sneak around?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Everyone's distracted at the feast. We're leaving because we're...
Do a stealth check. Because Mike isn't here to okay it, there's not going to be a negative reaction for it.
Graham's got Pass Without a Trace as well, doesn't he? So he'd cast that on himself, or was that somebody else who had that?
That was Azerton. I don't know if he has that. Oh, he does. Yes, he does have that. He's going to cast that on. He has that, and it has been less than a day, so he's going to use that. Sorry, it's been more than a day since he has used it.
Aggressive is he going to search?
Heavily, but he doesn't want to make it seem like it's been ransacked, so he's going to be very careful about putting it back away.
And how long is he going to look for?
Probably like 40 minutes or so, until he finds something particularly good.
He finds a few like simple knickknacks. He finds like a little statue that looks like it might be worth maybe 10 gold pieces in the right hands.
Sorry, how much?
10.
10. Okay.
You find some sort of one person has some cloth that's got a nice sort of embroidery kind of weaving thing on it. It's not embroidery, that's too fine and refined for these people. It would be like a woven sort of cloth thing, similar to what you might see, like kind of like in a similar style to what they might have in sort of the Andes, that sort of colourful woven cloth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that would be worth about 30 silver pieces. And he finds a cup he thinks looks kind of nice. It doesn't. It's probably worth about 13 gold pieces. That's all that he finds.
A cup worth 13?
It's a nice cup. Carved from a piece of bone.
Nice bone cup. Yep. Okay.
Right, now.
I feel like I need to put, like, you know, in Skyrim and Morrowind, how you've got your things that are stolen, you can't put the, you know, they have to be separate in the inventory.
Yeah.
Or is it Fallout? Maybe it's Fallout. You cannot sell these wares here. You need a fence.
Does that mean we could have just put a bucket over the chief's head earlier and then taken everything?
The chief, although he's drinking, he's maintaining his sort of alertness. The chief's duty to drop their alertness even in a moment of pure joy and celebration. Now, if you could all roll a Constitution saving throw. Oh, well, Graham doesn't because he didn't drink, but everyone else. And then, Aris, how many drinks did you have?
3.
So
She started on 3. I don't know if she made it to the end of the 3rd one.
Okay, so you wake
say
up
3.
feeling quite hungover. No mechanical effects from that. You just feel shit the next day.
Yeah.
Ramrod, likewise. You feel shit the next day. Zoltan feels rubbish the next day. And hang on, how many drinks did Ramrod have?
Would have been the same. He would have had. Was it 4 or was it 5? Or did we get 5?
Yeah, so he's failed. Dom, you had 5.
I think so.
You failed, but Bob is feeling fucking amazing.
Bob's like, he's got his
6 3/4 because he passed out halfway through the last one.
his tolerance. That's the word I'm looking for. It's way up.
Yeah.
I
You're good.
I thought I had advantage on.
Constitution saves?
No, on saves, on a saving throw for some reason. Why do I have? Why do I think that? Yes.
What, like a racial thing?
That's what I'm thinking.
Class thing? Racial
Oh
thing?
no, I have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened.
Okay. So you guys are gonna that. Wake up the next morning, and it's a pretty bit ominous
What's ominous?
music that I had on. That's better. You guys wake up the next morning and village is a bit slow. And Thurwag is sort of standing over you, and you feel like, Iris, you're awoken by a sort of a tap on the leg. Zom,
Bob's just like jovially hanging around.
Bob's dangling his hooves in the water.
Oh, what a beautiful morning! It's excellent.
Thurwag's he's quite chippy as well. He's got that excited little step that he does. You guys have noticed when he's getting excited about something. He's dressed in all his gear.
Today, am I?
No, Zom, no, not at all today. You can say fare thee well to the cart. No cart today, my friend. We are off and out of here.
You mind if I just lie on the cart? Someone else pulls it.
It's on, not today. Today's a good day. Very good day. Early bird and all of that menagerie.
What's sorry, what's so special
Let's get going.
today?
Oh, today? Oh, today.
What's going on in my head?
I cannot stand the drama of this holdout. Just tell us what the day is. Why it's so special.
Whilst you were all traipsing through the jungle hunting that horrid, vile being, I was getting intel and details. I now have a detailed path to the 2 final temples, and they've been told about the cenotes, sacred ancient sites as well. But I do believe cenotes. Cenotes.
Cenotes.
C-notes, yeah. Love a good C-note.
Bob's checking if there's any.
And I've got a map now that we can follow, and indeed it does lead us out of the southern wilds, and will lead me at least back home, and you guys perhaps to some more details back on how you can get back to that. Was it Knife Coast or Bloody Coast or Sword Coast or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Hey, Thurwag, I was having a pretty pretty crazy dream last night. I just got a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind.
Of course, Iris. Of course.
Your name, Furwag, and I've noticed a lot of the names of the people we've come across. Nathaniel. There's a lot of that in all the names. Does everyone on this island have a surname?
I mean, it's a common sound of names on the island. Yes, there's a sort of vernacular that the people tend to use in honor of Synth. It's relatively common.
So I see. Instead of on our land we call it vernacular, but it seems here you call it vernacular.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Tomato, liquid dialects, and all of that, I guess.
I'm just wondering, have you ever come across a couple of people, just offhand, do you know of anyone by the name of like a Captain Vivian Lowe?
Pauses and stops. Fibian Lowe. Fibian Lowe.
You may have traveled with a person named Thekin.
Thekin? No, I can't say I know either of those people.
Insight check. I mean, use my. Damn it! I don't have inspiration.
No, he looks around. I mean, you're pretty seedy this morning, Iris. Not feeling your sharpest you've ever felt.
She just kind of stares at him with like, all right.
Everything okay, Iris? I'm
everything is definitely not okay.
Not sure if I know of these Captain Thibian Lowe and Thekin. No, I can't say I've ever heard of them actually.
Okay.
Not people I'm familiar with.
Just a question. No.
But interestingly, whilst you were away, I did think back, as you guys have all been such a useful help for me, that I have some people back at the university who specialize in geography, in historical geography, historical cartography, and perhaps I could pull in a few favors and interrogate their archives for you. I return. Perhaps we could keep in touch as we get back to the start.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, it does raise the question: are all the cartographers, do they specialize in what's here?
I mean, it's a very niche
On the island.
Very niche area, but and a lot of cartographers, being such a small island, and you don't really travel far. So I mean, yes, there's not a lot of them.
Interesting. All right. Let's go to your temple. Let's go to your temple. I think Bob, Zom, Graham, and Ears, Ramrod. I think he's ready to go.
Very good. Well, let's while all the lizard folk are still sort of a bit sleep, let's make a run for it.
Yeah, sure. Should we burn the place down when we go?
Best not. We're in their good books.
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
Great. That's great.
Hey, Bob. Can I have some of that water?
Sure. Here you go. Have a taste. I've done a magic trick on it. Like
Constitution saving throw.
Goatee Jesus.
He's replaced it with hair of the dog.
Constitution save?
Constitution saving throw. You managed to keep the vomit down.
Hair of the goat, Hazon. Best thing for you.
You're an evil man. Bob, you're an evil man.
No, that's Iris.
I just need a drink of water. Oh no, Iris is fine. Iris is funny. I get Iris jokes a lot. You're an evil man, Bob. I'll get you. In a jovial manner. It doesn't really sound like it right now, but anyway.
And
And then Zom's just going to drink from the fresh water.
Thurwag comes up. Zom, perhaps you'd like a coffee, and he passes you a mug of coffee.
What's coffee?
You would know what coffee is.
Would I? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, he has an Avasat brew that you guys have sampled many times when you've been with him, and it's a nice coffee.
Okay. Why, this is exactly what I need.
Yeah. Avasat brew coffee. It's rich creaminess and is refreshing despite the warmth in the growing humidity for the day.
Sorry, what was that?
Great. It was Anchorman. Milk was a bad choice.
Yeah. All right. And as sort of sneak out, Chiefs.
Yeah,
You see the chief is sort of passed out. The lizard folk laying sort of very close to him. None of them are wearing their loincloths anymore. Things might have gotten a bit wild.
Sounds like they went to bed just at the right time.
Do you guys
Yeah, we're doing the walk of shame.
sneak out of the village, the sanctuary, make your way down the path, and Thurwag pulls out this map that he's got now, and you can see that there's 2 temples on it, a few holes, like black sort of circles, and then it's got the edge of the jungle and sort of like a road leading north.
Okay. So I guess we're going north.
Yeah, you sort of tracking north through the jungle, basically.
Aside from those with
Zom travel.
hangovers, did we wake up feeling stronger?
Okay.
He wants to know if we leveled up.
Gotta
You didn't
try.
level up.
Oh, actually, that's a point. Do we keep our temporary hit points, or do they
They're gone. They're gone once you wake up.
That's fine.
So, you guys walking along, following Thurwag's lead as usual through the jungle.
Yep.
And he sort of starts to explain to you that the first temple that he's quite excited for, and he says it's called Brat Fuck Philarth. I'm told roughly translates, it's quite an ancient lizard folk dialect, that it roughly translates to Hero's Rest.
What the fuck, Phil?
Bright fuck Phyllis is what I caught.
Oh, am I baking up a bit tonight, am I?
Bright fuck.
Bright fuck.
Fuck Philarth.
Brat. Farak. Trillar.
Roughly,
Thorak. Trillar.
it's quite an ancient dialect that they used here, of the lizard folk, and I spent a couple of hours trying to translate it with the shaman of the tribe, and we eventually came to the conclusion that it roughly translates into our dialect as Hero's Rest.
Ah, so we're sleeping here tonight then.
I don't know. It was an ancient burial site. Tribe used to lay the sort of heroes of their stories there, but that practice ceased many millennia ago. I think tainted it, corrupted it, and it stopped being used, and it was sealed, and it's not been entered eons now. But I believe that it may hold a truth. And I've done my research now, and I think that these truths are the key to discovering Int's master plan. Interesting. translations of the ancient texts back at the university. It was difficult, but they were talking either of a truth tier, and the creation, Thinth's creation story speaks of how, as he was creating the world, his tears fell where he walked. So I'm piecing this together. I think these tears are an integral part of our creation story here, and I must uncover them. I must find them.
Well, time being, with you with that.
Some more
So-
bowls in channels then, I guess.
Well, who knows what will await us here.
Hopefully,
walk.
we just reuse the same temple puzzles, and we can just coast through these next ones.
Hopefully they're just as simple. You guys really nailed that last temple, and hopefully we'll find something similar here.
Praise Synth for that.
Iris, very good praise indeed.
I mean, I'm happy to go through all these things and watch, smart people like Iris solve these puzzles. We could just go back to the beach and just ask Big Cat Thinth, like, what his plan is instead of jumping through all these hoops. Would that save time?
And Fairwag
Yes,
looks at you
talk.
and laughs. Although I don't know what this beach you speak of is, but I'm dubious that the creature you saw was actually Thinth. For him to show himself, it's unheard of to
Why don't you
outsiders.
insight check me? What is this insight check you speak of?
Why do you guys keep on saying that to me? Very strange.
Oh, it's
Constitution
a
save.
common expression where it comes from.
I'm still learning the mannerisms of your lands. It's very
What you are?
strange.
Insight check.
Yourself before you wreck yourself.
Not
After-
actually gonna-
After a good day of walking, it's humid, it's raining heavily today. The jungle opens out to a patch of grassland. It's probably about, maybe it's a clearing. It's probably about a square kilometer. And in the middle there's there's a number of tall ends around, probably 5 meters tall. There's patches where the grass is longer. The other areas, sort of circles where the grass is, it's more thicker. It's longer in these areas here. In the middle of the clearing is a grassed mound. There's a stone hut sitting atop the mound. Normal looking hut. Looks very out of place, but there's a hut atop this mound. There's no signs of life or disturbances or footprints in the area. Sense that there's a strange atmosphere here. As you guys sort of take a step into the clearing.
Perception? Can we?
And you can roll a perception check.
I'll use my Eldritch Sight to see if there's anything magical within 30 feet.
In 30 feet of you,
Oh, where are we standing?
I may have moved you prematurely.
What is
You've
this?
stepped
There's like a
on.
line we just can't see.
That's me not being able to use the reveal area as well.
There's a big shadow.
The middle of the thing is a big shadow.
Yeah.
So in the middle, this is the hut, the stone hut in the middle of the area.
Yeah.
So you guys step into this area. I'm going to do a perception check before you go any further. Zom, you've done one. Brilliant.
You want to
Oh,
start
yeah.
where we are?
There's no wildlife. No
I don't
birds
think
looking up.
Iris will grab it.
There's no bugs buzzing around as much. don't see anything grazing on this sort of grassed area. That looks like it would be a perfect spot for the deer or whatever animals that you're finding in the jungle to graze on. The grazing animals, there's nothing there. It all seems quieter, and trees seem less life-filled. There's a few around the area. Growth is stunted. They don't seem the vibrant green. There's more brown to them. And there's the stone hut.
This area seems out of place. Are you getting that feeling? You're one with the land, aren't you?
No, I definitely get the sense that something's not quite right here. Maybe we should go ask the people in the building on top of the hill. And so just got to start trudging up the top of the hill.
Yeah, so it's not a hill. It's more of a mound. It's clearly like a
mesa or mesa.
A made. I couldn't find a good map for it. It's a smooth mound, pebbled path that leads around it. Then
it's a raised mound. It's got 1 in 5 batters. It's flat. Yeah.
Plateau.
Yeah.
It's a 98% maximum modified dry density.
Yeah. This is the first capping layer.
Zom just taps his foot on the ground as he's walking up. That's be at least 150 mil thick PM220 probably.
You guys doing jokes that I don't understand.
Doing.
I'm just trying to find a good image of what it would look like for you. Yeah. One of these.
Ta-da.
One of those. Just one. On top of it, the stone hut.
Ah. Yeah. That's what I was picturing.
It's a good one. That. There's a stone hut in the middle of it there.
Cool.
Yep. It's got a pebbled path circling around it.
Zom's going to wander
door.
up the side of the mound as the most convenient access to the mound and go sitting and knock on the front door.
You get to the door, which is a wooden door.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a small dried. You got your Eldritch Sight on, Paris?
Yeah.
So you approach the mound.
Yeah.
Hut itself glows. Clearly, some degree of magic to it.
Who's walking quite a bit faster and probably with intent. She just kind of yells out, "Stop! The hut is magical. Just take it easy."
I just need someone to lie down for a minute.
Sure.
It's nice and quiet here. Something's not quite right, but I just want to ask the people in here what's going on.
Okay. So you get to the door. Just going to knock on the door.
I was going to hold his arms out and say, "Open sesame."
The door itself, it's a wooden door. Got there's like a nail banged into the middle of it, and from which hangs a sort of like a dried floral collection of flowers and herbs and leaves and stuff.
Please tell me it says home sweet home.
The single brass doorknob and a knocker in the shape of a dragon's head. Are you going to knock, or are you going to look at the door at all? Or are you just going to use the knocker, bang, bang, bang?
If there's a knocker in the shape of a dragon's head, then I will use that.
When you see it, you gotta use it.
Yeah.
You knock on it.
Ignore it, like the fucking people who deliver to our house knock on the door instead of pressing the doorbell.
As you knock on the door opens as you stop. As your hand gets off the knocker, the door opens immediately.
As in it opened, or like the pressure he used from the knocker pushed the door open?
Yeah. Did someone open the door?
Roll perception.
Zom or?
Yeah, because you're the one knocking, so you're
Yep.
you're perceiving the function of the door. So you, as you were knocking, you felt the door move, as if someone was opening it. But as the door opens, it opens fully. There's no one there. The words ringing in your ear are Iris saying, "Hey, that's a magical house."
Well, right. Hello?
No response.
That was rather unexpected, wasn't it? Should we go in? How light is it inside? Can we actually see inside, or is it?
Yeah,
pitch
you
black?
can see inside. The simply decorated hut within. Are you guys going to go all the way in? This area
no,
here is.
No, we're still outside at the moment. Zom's just gonna. Yeah, hello.
This area here.
We're
on.
just
He's
in
going
the
through.
area. We're just looking for a place to rest up for the afternoon.
This area here is sort of like a bit of a patio, like a little bit of a patio, really.
Iris is going to walk in. Pass it
Okay,
on.
just wait, Iris. If you said
No.
you said this was probably. No, we don't. I don't want to intrude on someone who's in here. Actually,
No. It opens. They obviously were welcoming us. And
You
said
walk
you
in,
need somewhere
Iris?
to rest. Yeah. Iris walks in.
You walk in. There's a straw bed, simple hearth. Iris, it reminds you of one of the rooms at the inn across the road back in Fandalin. You used to help your father clean them when you were younger, and the innkeepers paid you with honeyed milk. This sweet taste suddenly comes flooding back into your mouth, reminiscent of the flavour of that milk. Like it just immediately draws you back there, looking around this room. You're not sure what it is, there's nothing specific, but just the general feel of it takes you back to that. Just going to say, well, is everyone going in?
yeah, we'll go in now.
You're all going, okay.
Well, Zom's going to go in. Actually, Ramrod will follow him.
Yeah, Ramrod, the bed. Look at the bed, and it reminds you of the simple furniture of the temple quarters you had when you started as an acolyte.
He's going to get a bounce on it.
It's a simple straw bed. Nothing fancy, just practical.
This was very soft. It's particularly nice. Mm.
Um,
And then he's going to hop off it.
Graham going in, or is he going to sort of linger, or
Yeah, he'll make sure that everything's all right. No one's
check for
dying
traps?
or
Does he want to
something.
check for traps, or
Yeah, that's a good idea. Can he do that?
anyone can check for traps?
Sure. He's going to detect, look for traps, which is a investigation.
We've had tons of 20s on the wrong side.
On the second roll.
Yeah.
It looks clear. Looks clear. And as you're looking around, Graham, the window is what catches your eye. The framing of it and the view. It's so familiar to the house you grew up in. The elevated view of the trees, because you're on top of the mound. As you're looking out, you can kind of see it. Dom, you in there yet?
Yeah, someone's in there.
You admire the simple stonework of the hearth and the chimney, the stone. You're sort of drawn to it, and the colouring and the texture. It reminds you of a similar stone to your bedroom when you were growing up. It's the way the light catches the tone of grey, grain of the stone.
This is excellent craftsmanship. I could almost say this is Loxodon hewn.
You in yet?
Who's that?
Bob.
Bob would have followed pretty shortly after Iris.
And Bob, you walk into there's a small table with a couple of chairs on it inside, and you sit down on the chairs, and you're sort of a little bit taken aback. If you weren't mistaken, you'd swear it's the same design that you first built for Kiri.
Oh.
You first moved in together. It was one of the first things you did was built her a table and chair so you could have breakfast together every morning. And you look at this chair and the chair, and you're like, this is just so familiar. The design of the chairs, it's so comfortable. The feel of it, it's just like it's not overly comfortable, but just sitting on it is comforting because it brings back memories of your home and of your beloved.
We were poor, but we were happy.
And you guys look around. Not much else to take note.
Do we know that each other can see these things?
Iris is just like, she's just got her fingers to her lips, and then she kind of remembers what's happening, and she just kind of snaps out of it, like goes back to the, yeah.
Zom notes that everyone is sort of drawn to their own part of it, and they're all sort of like looking around. But I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to talk about it or not. It's not my job to.
Zom, I believe, yes. So Zom is going to talk about it. This is, it would seem everything in this house is made to seem familiar to us somehow. Iris, what does that mean?
What does it mean?
You
Let's say
you
it's a
said this
magical
house was. You said this house was magical.
Yeah, I think it's having some sort
Does
of
anybody
emotional
live here?
connection with all of us.
Does anybody live here? Is there anyone still here? Was there trapdoors around? Are there
At this
what's going
point,
on here?
notice Thurwag's looking at the sort of the table next to the bed, and there's some flowers there, and he's like, "Oh, flowers were a beloved's favorite."
Thorwag, do you know whose place this is?
And he's sort of distracted, looking at the flowers. No, sorry, Iris. Sorry. No. This is a very strange little building, isn't it? Strangely comfortable here. Comforted. It's like home. It's very homely and it's nice here. I like it.
This does feel like home.
Yes.
I think we should, Zom, sorry, I think we should probably take a break here if you need to rest for a while.
Absolutely. This is a very cozy, comfortable looking place. That is.
And Zom, you notice as you've sort of inspected the fireplace, you actually notice there's quite a big sort of sign above the fireplace. It's quite a simple. There's no ornateness about it. It's just words carved there, and it says, "Rest, hero, rest.
Rest,
Always
hero,
welcome.
rest.
Rest, hero, rest. Always welcome. Rest, hero."
This looks like the place for us. We shall definitely be resting up tonight. That's well. Actually, what time is it? Is this a short rest? Is this a
You guys have been marching most of the day. It would be getting late now.
oh, so yeah.
It would be probably, again, the sun would be setting. It's probably close to dusk again.
Why don't we collect up a little bit of local firewood and have ourselves a nice little campfire or a fire in the hearth here, the well-hewn hearth. This would be fantastic. This just looks inviting and comfortable.
Yeah, alright.
I can't foresee any problems with staying here for the night.
No,
None
I
whatsoever.
think
You should, any chance you get to stay at a spooky, weird, magical hut in the middle of
there's
the
nothing spooky about it.
Spooky
nothing at
and
all.
Weird. What is the
Thing.
DM talking about this?
that seems to
Spooky and weird about this.
know bits about you. No, nothing weird about this at all. And Thurwag,
I'd just love to know where we actually are.
Yeah.
this
Are we lying on a bed of maggots or something?
is interesting here. This is I was told about this hero's rest place, and this is clearly it from here. From looking at the entrance to the temple was hidden in plain sight, so I don't see any exits or entrances here. So this is very interesting.
Iris is gonna crawl under the table and just get comfortable. Let herself down for some. Is there any food anywhere in this hut?
There's no food in the hut, no.
Fine.
Can I have some of that? Wait a minute. Never mind.
Any of that what?
his own water skin.
Yeah, Bob's sucking it like a mother's teat now, I would imagine.
How's my fish in need doing? DM? Are you googling fish in need?
Does it start to resemble that? Is it Swedish or Finnish, that canned fish that you have to open outdoors
Yeah.
otherwise?
Surströmming. Yeah, there's a story that does the rounds on the internet every so often where someone had a court case against someone who opened a can of that in an apartment building.
Oh, really?
And yeah, they sued. And in the court they said it's just some fish, like someone's just got some fish, and so they actually got someone, opened it up in the courtroom, and apparently, yeah, just cleared out the courtroom.
Like 3 days or some shit.
Well, I'm not sure exactly, but yeah.
That's a shame.
And that was determined that yes, it's probably an offensive smell.
Gonna take more than some Femme Fresh to fix this.
How's my fish looking, DM? Are you...
Just no, you're not going to cook it at all. Just going to.
I don't know. This is all for a joke. I usually don't put so much background work into my.
I'm going to say 5 days it will take you to.
No worries. Alright. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
It's gonna be a top quality champagne comedy joke though.
Yeah, no, this is definitely going to be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wow.
I hope you're ready for the Constitution saving throw.
Psychic damage.
Psychic and poison damage, and force damage as your gut is ripped out from your throat from the vomit.
Can we investigate?
You guys can look
Can
around.
we have a good look around?
And
I'll do
Thurwag
that.
sees you looking around. Oh yes, I might join you. I think there's got to be an entrance to the temple. This clearly isn't the temple. There's got to be an entrance somewhere here to the temple. So you get advantage on your investigation checks.
Hey?
Guys,
Oh.
guys, you guys get advantage because Thurwag's assisting.
Oh,
And
good.
you're looking around.
Fuck for that.
You're moving well, are you guys like moving the furniture around? Are you getting that detailed?
Um,
Well, it's
I
not
guess
that
if
big,
we
so if we
investigate-
do the first sweep and we don't find anything,
Yeah,
then
well,
move on.
Yeah, you guys look
Thurwag
around,
has also
under the rugs
mentioned
and stuff.
the potential temple entrance, then yes, we probably would be doing that sort of thing. We're looking for
Yeah.
switches and that sort of thing as well.
Fireplace.
Um,
and,
we're not destructively searching, but yeah.
I mean, you
Traps
guys look
filled with snakes. Yeah, that
around. There's no
under the rug, under the
no-
bed.
thing there. There's no like stone balls rolling around. There's nothing like that.
No tear-shaped
Any
holes.
any
No
torch
tear-shaped
sconces on the
holes,
walls that we
No
can
torch
pull?
sconces, nothing like that.
No?
Iris is using her mage hand as best she can to like move things on the ceiling that she can't reach, and
No.
anything with her eldritch sights lighting up that isn't just the house.
House just is a general light up. There's nothing that's sort of overly blinding with or accentuated. But Zom, you're drawn back to the words above the man on the mantle. Rest, hero, rest.
Rest, hero, rest.
Always welcome here. Rest.
Oops, I wasn't meant to do that.
Bob's going to sort of look around in a circle and go, there is no place like home. No.
I
Thurwag goes, Right, There is no place like home.
Right. Well, Zom's exhausted as shit, and because he's still relatively hungover, he's going to lie down and go to sleep. Right next to the hearth, right in front of the hearth.
In front of the hearth, yeah.
Which I believe to be set going. I believe we did.
Yeah, you guys went and got some firewood.
Yeah.
The wood's pretty brittle. Though there's some like dead trees and stuff around, and it's really brittle, and it's not good firewood.
Well,
You don't get much of a fire going.
yeah, it will light quickly, but it's not going to burn for long or very hot, as I.
Purely an ambience.
It is an ambient.
Iris is just going to eat what she's got on her, and she's just going to hoe into that.
The clothes.
Sorry?
Clothes.
No, she's got some leftover at the cat that she managed to keep in her pocket.
Bit of goblin.
Guys. It's still good the next day. It's just as nice. It's just as good. And the crunchiness of the crackle is not quite as good, but it's still. Pocket crackle isn't as good as pocket bacon. Doesn't have the crunchiness to it.
Yeah.
Zom, just before he goes to sleep, I'm gonna just say out loud to everyone. I wonder if we sleep here for the night, we end up somewhere else in the morning. And then I'll point to the sign above the bed. Above the fireplace.
Oh, good, because the sign above the bed is if this bed's a knocking, don't come and knock it. Jeez, Tom. All right. Yeah, no, the hero's rest one. Yes, we should definitely rest here.
Yes,
this is a good spot for it. Well, if we do wake up somewhere else, couldn't be worse than here, right?
It could be. This could be the secret entrance to the temple. At some point during the night, little fairies are going to come in. They're going to wave their magic wands. They're going to change this to the entrance to the temple. And then we're just going to be in the temple, and we're not even going to know how it happened. There's no door.
How much of that wine back has he had?
Not that I've noticed. I got this last bit of goblin. Thurwag, would you like a bit of goblin?
Ah, yes, lovely. I have to admit, I didn't feel too kind about eating them, but I mean, once I got off the initial shock of eating goblin, it's not that bad.
I knew you would. You seem like the sort of guy you would. Goblin on D's nuts.
I'll try anything once, I guess. When in Avastart, do as the Avastart do, I guess. That's what they say.
Darn tootin'. Here you go, mate.
Guys, all gonna settle in and have a long rest?
Yeah.
I reckon so.
Guys,
I used anything that time, actually. No.
all get the effects of a long rest, and Dom, you're laying there, sort of. Eyes aren't opening, but you start to wake up, and you just sniffing. You notice it's just a little bit. The air feels a little bit staler. A bit of a cool breeze, or not a cool breeze, just a breeze blowing across your face. And you open your eyes and you look, and where the hearth was last night, it's now sort of opened up and stairs being down under the.
And I come awake instantly because this is what I expected. I told you. Look at this. Oh.
Everyone sort of wakes in a start.
Yeah.
You're just shouting. Zom, what are you talking about? What are you talking
Not a
about,
morning
man?
person.
What is this? What are you talking about?
I think we might be in the temple. I think we might have found the temple.
In the hut still? What are you talking about?
What's it? Oh. Yeah, alright. Okay, hold on a second. Zom, what have you done?
I didn't do anything. Not that I'm aware of.
What?
What are you
Thurwag
talking
comes
about?
over. He looks in the hearth. The stairs here? You weren't here last night. What happened?
Astute observation. And then she just like looks over at Bob and does a. I guess she's gonna look at the plaque on the wall and just see if there's anything about it that's kind of standing out now.
Look at it and it
Good
just
night.
says, Stiro Rest. Always welcome here.
It seems like there's some words missing. So I'm just gonna see if there's anything I can do. Is there anything like if I investigate it? Nothing. Okay. Always welcome
You can,
here. Right?
sorry, it's like this. My grammar isn't coming across.
Ah. All right. Okay.
I do believe the temple might be down these stairs, gentlemen. Haha. Very good,
Wow.
very good.
Great job, Fairway. All right, Tom, you called this one. You want to lead us down?
By all means.
Are you guys? Hold on one second. She like stretches out. She's like, "Do you guys feel like stronger, more powerful?" That was a really good night's sleep.
What on earth are you talking about, Iris?
I do.
Is-
I've
we all
gained-
level up against the DMs. We believe, if
Against
you
the DMs.
believe it, the secret. If we send
Mass
it out
delusion.
to the universe.
We're all suffering from a mass delusion of leveling up.
There is no leveling up. There is no leveling up.
We've leveled up as far as we go for the entire
Oh.
campaign.
But
Level 4 campaign.
Simon, I believe we did level up.
A natural wisdom of 48.
Legendary resistance.
Alright, you guys going down the stairs?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Zon will lead the way. Are we going to call it an evening?
Very soon. Very soon. I just want to... I have 1, 2, 3 sentences to read.
More cats to start?
That'd be great. What a twist.
The twist. A twist.
At least we know the layout.
Get to-
Into my
Get to the bottom of the stairs, and there's a narrow corridor before you. Dusty, stale air filling your nostrils, and the light from above fading into a semi-lit darkness. There's a collapsed ceiling just as you can just see, start to make it out, and where the light starts to fade, mix in with the darkness. You all make a perception check. Doag looks around. You hear that scraping, shuffling sound in the distance?
Oh, that's fucking Pyramid Head. I'm out of here tonight.
And that's where we're finishing it tonight.
Oh, God damn it. Right. Thanks, DM.
No worries.
It was a fine feast.
Good guys. Well, who knows what awaits you in this place?
Yeah. The horror. The horror.
Please rest.
No. Fantastic. We got a rest. We didn't have a combat this I did, but most people didn't have a combat this session.
You good?
We got tagged. We had a good time. Not much of a lore dump. We found that Beacon and Vivian is not part of where this guy's lore
He-
repository
He doesn't know them personally. He's not heard of those names.
is what he said. Yes, I heard.
Bob got backup wine.
Well, yeah, good session. Good
Yeah.
session. Plenty of RP opportunity, which was great.
You guys did do some good RPing, and yeah.
You want to dish out some inspiration from that great RP from the three of us?
I mean,
Really suck it to those guys who didn't make it.
yeah. And I could give you inspiration, or I could just say you all level up.
That's also good.
So,
But I mean, it's up to you.
Decath has been defeated.
Decath has been defeated
We've been decaffeinated.
by decaffeinated. He's currently being defeated by the my stomach juices.
You guys ate him, which I didn't think any of you would do. You did indeed eat elf.
You know what? If we hadn't had so much wine, probably
It was good.
How fatty Elf would be to get cracked. They're not exactly.
Elf is unexpectedly fat.
The marbling on this decaf steak.
All right.
Oh yes, gluteals in particular.
Wagyu decaf.
Wagyu elf. Yeah. Anyway.
yeah.
Yep. So yeah. Level up. You guys will. Or who knows? Or 5.
We do level up or we don't?
Yeah, you better level up.
We level up. We level up.
2 average blasts. Pow pow. My damage output has doubled.
Tell me what happens to a level 5 warrior.
Yeah, you guys can level up.
You just have to buff up the enemies we're about to face, right?
Yeah, I probably don't actually.
We level up twice then.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it now.
I go to bed. Need to go to bed. I'm tired.
I'm ready to go to a wee.
Yeah.
All right, same place.
Same place, same. Well,
Probably 8
similar
o'clock.
time.
Similar time. Probably closer to 8 o'clock. Hopefully Mike and Isaac are back next week. So it should be a fun session.
Yeah. Good.
Excellent time.
All right.
Catch
Good
you
week,
later.
guys. See yous.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay.